Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Today we are on page 135 of your student journal, 135. And today I will skip count by 100s within 1,000. Okay, so friends, what we're doing today is we're choosing a new number. So we've skip counted by 2, we've skip counted by 5, we've skip counted by 10s, and now we're going to be skip counting by 100s. Okay, so let's look at our vocabulary and our steps. So this gives us what skip counting by 100s looks like. 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 600, 700, 800, 900, 1,000. And then here they showed us what happens if we don't start all the way at 100. We could start at 300. Okay, here they showed us again what skip counting looks like, and they started at 600. Now what we're going to be doing today is we're going to be using the number line like we used when we skip counted by 10s. So when you skip count, last time we added 10 each time, now we're adding 100. So 600 plus 100 is 700. 700 plus 100 is 800. 800 plus 100 is 900. 900 plus 100 is 1,000. So that's what the skip counting looks like. Now remember, even though it was squished, when we write our numbers, we try and write our numbers underneath these dashes. Okay, and what's our pattern this time? Look at our ones place. We still have all zeros in our ones place. Let's look at our tens place. In our tens place, we have 0, 0, 0, 0, and 0 again. So we have all zeros in our ones place and in our tens place. Let's look at our hundreds place. We have a 6, a 7, an 8, a 9, and then a 0. That was kind of like our pattern last time, but it was in our tens place. So this time we have zeros in the ones, zeros in the tens, and then it's our hundreds place value that's going to be counting up. Okay, our notes or our steps today are going to be the same, friends. We're going to count verbally, so we're going to say them out loud. Then we're going to write our numbers, and we're going to find and explain our pattern, which we've already explained our pattern. We're going to have a 0 in the ones place, a 0 in the tens place, and it's our hundreds place value that's going to be counting up. Okay, I'm going to get started. If you want to put down your pencil and watch me for a moment. Here is my first problem. It says skip count by 100s from 600 to 900. Okay, so I'm starting at 600 and I'm going to try my best to write it under the dash. And I'm going to add 100. So 600 plus 100 is 700. 700 plus 100 is 800. And 800 plus 100 is 900. And that's what skip counting looks like by hundreds. Okay, so let's look at my ones place values are always 0. My tens place values are always 0. And then let's look at my hundreds place value. I went 6, 7, 8, 9. So it's my hundreds place value that counts up. Okay, let's look at my next one. It says, skip count by 100s to 500 and start at 200. So they want us to start at 200. And 200 plus 100 equals 300. 300 plus 100 equals 400. And 400 plus 100 equals 500. And I can stop. And I still see that same pattern, that I have all zeros in my tens and ones place values. And it's my hundreds place values that count. 2, 3, 4, 5. And my next one would probably be a 6. And my next one would be a 7. Okay, so let's do a couple of these together, ladies and gentlemen. We are on page 136. 136. And our problem says, skip count by 100s from 500 to 800. 500 to 800. Okay, so ready? We have 500 is our first one. And then we're going to add 100. So 500 plus 100 is 600. And if we add 100, we get 600 plus one more 100 is 700. And then 700 plus one more 100 is 800. And that's where we can stop. So let's look at our pattern there. In the ones place value, we have all zeros. In the tens place value, we have all zeros. And in the hundreds place value, we have 5, 6, 7, 8. And what do you think is going to come next? 9, right? Okay, let's do one more together. This one says, skip count by 100s to 300 and start at 100. Okay, so we're going to start at 100, 100, and skip count means we add 100 each time. So 100 plus 100 is 200. And then we're going to add 100 again. So 200 plus 100 is 300. And we get to stop there. That was a really short one. And then we see that same pattern, right? In our ones place value, we have all zeros. In our tens place value, we have all zeros. And then in our hundreds place value, we have a 1, a 2, and a 3. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, you're going to be working on some of these on your own now. Have a great day.